Good to see you all.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
If you want to see faces, turn on your video button, which is at the bottom of your screen. Also, your chat button is there, and we love participation in the chat. You can ask questions there. And how about throwing in the chat where you're from? We've had people here from all over the world, from Netherlands, Germany, China. Let's see what we got here tonight.
Sarah's here. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hello, hello.
Uh,
Gonna give it a couple of more minutes. You can unmute for these couple of minutes if you'd like.
Judy?
To say.
Hi, Judy. Hi, Judy. Who else is here?
I'll
Good to
repeat.
see everybody.
Everybody that's game, let's turn on our camera. At the bottom where it says video, you could turn on start video and then mute. You can unmute
Hey,
first.
Sarah. Hey,
Can-
Sarah.
Can you hear me, Valerie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Wait, it sounds like Margaret's voice.
it is Margaret's voice.
Margaret, where are you? Can you wave?
I'm waving up in the corner.
Oh. You're up in the corner.
Do you see
Everybody's
me?
screen is
I
different.
can't see you. I
Everybody's
can't see you. I'm sorry, but I know your voice. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you. Or not.
Well, I'm wearing your Julie's.
Thank you. I wish I could see you.
Well, I've decided that the piece of turquoise is medicinal.
There we
Oh,
go.
hi.
Oh.
Oh, that looks great on you.
Oh, wow.
Yay. Okay, how
I
is it medicinal?
absolutely adore it.
Thank you. So it looks great on you. How is it medicinal? Do you feel better wearing it?
I feel better wearing it, and also I like to roll it in my hand and
Oh,
meditate
yeah. Sure.
because of it being turquoise, and that
Good.
happens to be my birthstone.
That is
Good.
stunning
Yay.
from you.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
And I
Great.
actually like how the shape echoes the shape in your glasses. I think that's incredible.
Yes.
Ah, hadn't thought of that.
No, it does. It's a really nice juxtaposition.
Thank you.
I hate that word. I had a teacher overuse it in art school.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that word.
Glad you could come.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So one last time, I'll give it a try. If you haven't shown your video yet, it's at the bottom corner of your screen. You can turn yourself on. We'd love to see everybody's faces just like we just did. And I am going to get started. Good evening, everyone, and happy Saturday night. I am so happy to be here with all of you with the wonderful co-host, Laura Candell from Modern Handmade Designs. I'll go into that again in a second. Let us know in the chat any questions you have. We really do try and keep track of that and ask them as we can. There will be an after party Q&A that you're all welcome to stay for. And we do our best to get those questions in there. We also want to let you know that if we have any technical difficulties at all, and for any reason the party shuts down, we pick it right back up. You'll get an email right away with a link to the new party. It'll also be posted on our website at artpartycentral.org. And it's virtually seamless if for any reason we shut down, that we start right back up. And of course, we want you to come back. Now that all that technical stuff is underway and it is the evening party, it is the fun part. If you've brought a glass, raise it, and let's do a cheers to the artists and the people that support the arts, which is you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! Right, clink. So now we're going to mute everyone. Please don't be offended at all. It's just our protocol.
And now, Karla, you need to unmute.
Sorry, I'm working on two screens and I can't get my cursor on the right screen, but now I did. And let's try this again. I'm Karla of Karla Gudeon Art and Design. I have a line of original watercolored etchings and goods and gifts for the home. And you could find me at karlagudeon.com. And once again, I have the amazing co-host today of Laura Candell from Modern Handmade Design. You can find her in the chat as admin. If you need anything, she is your girl. And make sure you check out her Instagram blog at modernhandmadedesigns.com. Enough about us, your host and co-host. Tonight, we are joined by 6 super, super talented artists. We have another co-founder of Art Party Central, Meghan Patrice Riley from Meghan Patrice Riley Jewelry, Angela Flaviani from Bottega Flaviani, Griffith Evans, Valerie Hector, another founder from Art Party Central. This is our lucky evening, Kathleen Tesnakis from Ekologic Clothing and Accessories, and Francesca Vitali from Francesca Vitali Paper Jewelry. Let me tell you how this party is going to shake out. Each of the artists is going to give you a presentation, and then if time allows, I'm going to ask them 1 or 2 questions that were previously submitted. At the end of the party, we are going to raffle off one $50 gift certificate from each artist, and then give a coupon code that'll be active on all 6 artisans' website. At the end of the party, we're going to open up for chatting, Q&A, and this will be your other chance to participate with us. So let's get right to the fun stuff. Our first artist today is Meghan. Take it away, girl.
Hey everybody, hi. So welcome. I'm Meghan Patrice Riley, NPR Jewelry, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to my fun, very chilly studio. I'm really pleased to share a little bit of jewelry with you. I make contemporary art jewelry, which means I don't make really traditional jewelry. I blend metalsmithing techniques with more contemporary materials. So I brought a little bit about my materials, but I also wanted to share a little bit about some new gemstones, so we'll get right into it. This is some steel cable that I use. So a lot of the materials or a lot of the pieces I make and then what I wear and what's hanging up here are like line drawings that I construct out of the steel cable that's everywhere in the world. They use it for suspension bridges, bike locks, electrical rigging. What it is it takes steel wires and then they're braided together in a miniature way into these really strong, flexible, textile-like cables. So what I'm able to do is then almost like draw with them in space is how I think of it. I'll take the cable. So each one of these is 49 little strands of steel wire braided together. What happens when you do that is it makes it, with textiles, what it does is it makes it infinitely stronger because it's way more flexible and won't snap, which I think is really great. And I love pushing that boundary. And then bringing in little gold and silver bits, some of that more traditional jewelry elements. And these are actually little rivets that hold all the little drawings together as my lines that I'm drawing. But they're also really beautiful aesthetic elements, in my opinion. They catch the light, and I actually get to draw with those in another way, which I think about. And I've been doing a lot of gold pieces, a lot of things inspired by metal. So this is 24 karat gold over the steel. I've also been bringing in like steels, silvers, gun metals. But I started wanting to push myself and I wanted to bring in more gemstones and more sparkle. So I started really with this earring, which I titled the Vertigo. I am someone who's always in motion and a very active person. So I wanted to convey that in some of my jewelry. And this really feels like that. This is garnets for January babies. And as we get closer to Valentine's Day. So these are little faceted rondels of garnets. And they are just like that little extra sparkle that balances those silver squares, which I love. And this piece, I started doing circles and squares, but then I started actually sculpting off of the circle and creating these little sprays that come off, and they implied movement to me. Like, even though it's a fixed object, it felt like movement. So I call them the Vertigo. What's cool is these are also extremely feather light. I made these, I designed this really cool sterling silver ear hook. So all of this is really special to my pieces as well, all the ear hooks. But what's cool is they're feather light, you can crush these as well. And they have that memory and bounce back. So going into gemstones was kind of a little scary for me. It felt I didn't know what I was getting into, but I've really enjoyed bringing color in this way. So for this season and for like just trying to like find new ways, I designed a garnet edit for the holidays. So I did Trinity little post earrings. These little Ariels also have a lot of movement, even though they're really dainty. I love articulating all the little parts. So even though it's really dainty, each part individually moves, which I think is great. So fun. Even on here, I then fixed it so this all moves. Gives you that little sparkle. I feel like wearing movement, having your jewelry move with you, is really attractive. And it's not confining. It is part of you in a way. Do we have any questions before I'm seeing chat things come up and I was like, oh, I'm missing a lot of things.
No, we do have questions. I'm also just have to tell you how obsessed I am with the stones and with the movement. And it really is like you're wearing the jewelry, but the jewelry's kind of wearing you too, because it just feels like a part of your body. And I am obsessed with that. I think at the last party, I said, even me would get something high cut to wear that because I need to have that. You have rings though, Megan, right?
Oh, yes. I just, okay, because I've been really excited and I've been really excited for the holidays and I produced a lot, so I'm trying to bring them out.
Take a step back and show that necklace on you first.
Okay, this is my new, so this is the garnets and it's done in the linear lines to punctuate these like really, this drawing. This is my bow tie. I love neckwear. You can see this is like a bolo tie based off of a bolo tie. I have ties. I love neckwear, but making it and translating into my visual language, into my lines, it is so fun. And this also has that same, you could totally crush it. This excites me in so many ways. This I'm really playing with in the new rings as well. These are sculpted off of sterling silver. And I'm taking the cable and creating little cosmos in many ways and using pearls in this series primarily as the orbiting moons of these earths. And these have that fidget feel. They can also squish. So I end up playing with these so much.
The orb quality, and it's so much, it has such a fun but an artsy vibe to it too. It's so signature you. I mean,
yeah, really fun. I really am enjoying
the
the
saw somebody wearing that ring or any of your pieces. One thing is like instantaneous. It's NPR, you know, it just is. Do you have anything specific that you want to show us for Valentine's Day?
Well, in particular, I really think the garnets are appropriate. I think they're great for Valentine's Day because it has that rich gold, rich wine tone and rich red tone. But I was thinking, I really had thought about doing gold for the Lunar New Year also, where the red and gold would really balance together. But then I brought in the gunmetal, which I think makes it great for all the time. It kind of makes it like jeans with that extra fancy sparkle with the red lips, but we got the jeans on too. So I felt like this was a great one. And some of the earrings.
I have a confession, Megan. I have a confession for you, which is that garnet is my birthstone. And to be honest, I have never loved it. I've always kind of regretted the garnet birthstone until I've seen your stuff. And it's like, that is what I can get behind because it's kind of badass garnet birthstone.
I like it in dark metal. I like it balanced that way. It has this, I was thinking about Alexander McQueen quite a bit when I made this colorway. He does that really great balance of rich, deep, wonderful wine tones, and he'll balance it with darkened silver.
Well, I know there is tons of questions coming in so that we're going to hit you up with for the after party. Thank you so much, Megan. It's been such a treat as always. And
always
we
a treat.
Off to Angela.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Angela Flaviani from Bottega Flaviani, and welcome to my studio here in San Francisco, California. Today, what I'm going to do is I'll run you through some of the pieces in the collection. I've been working with leather for about 20 years, predominantly in the footwear division, in the footwear realm. But then 5 years ago, started working in handbag making and leather working. I make a collection of leather handbags, totes, various accessories, and belts. So the one thing I'm able to do is I work with all sorts of different leathers, from patents to bridal leather that's traditionally used in saddlery. So I'll take you through a few of the pieces in the men's and women's collection. Probably one of the most favorite pieces is the Kendall tote. This one here is in fuchsia. I'm currently working on a chocolate brown suede. This is all completely hand sewn with a glove stitch detailing on both the front and the back. The interior of the bag is completely, I'll take the stuffing out, is completely suede lined, in this case in an orange suede. Most of the bags are suede lined and all the colors are coordinated with the bag. So one day it might be an orange suede lining, the next day it might be red. It just depends on the piece. I do custom work for people as well. And so at that point, if they choose a bag, they choose all the accessory colors as well as the interior lining. And what I'll show you here is just the two-dimensional form. This is the brown, the chocolate brown in its two-dimensional phase as it starts to come and become realized. The next favorite piece is the Jody. This is probably the #1 piece in the collection. And the Jody was a simple bucket bag that I made that had the versatility. This was probably my first versatile piece that had the versatility of a sliding strap that hangs over the shoulder, or you slide the strap through and it could be worn as a crossbody, just like you see here on the mannequin. This particular leather here is an Italian calf suede, and the metallic bronze finish is fused onto the leather. So it's permanently adhered to the leather. The interior is actually quite voluminous. It has a magnetic closure with an interior pocket as well, and a D-ring on the side for keys. And the soon-to-be favorite bag is the Tribeca. The Tribeca originally got its name because I thought you could wear it 3 ways. As I started to work with the piece, I realized you can actually wear it about 5 different ways. The Tribeca comes as a wristlet, and the wristlet is a detachable piece, but it also comes with a crossbody. And the crossbody allows you to attach along the 2 D-rings and modify the piece to become either an over-the-shoulder purse, a crossbody, or as you see on the mannequin, carry the bag close to your body on your chest, as so many are now doing. This particular Tribeca is also made out of the bronze calf suede, but then the other side is that chocolate brown suede. So this is a 2-tone. And then the last piece is one of the newer ones. This is a Tara. The Tara was born as a smaller version of one of my origami pieces, which is called One. One got its name because it was made of one solid piece of leather that was folded together and stitched down the sides. And it's a larger satchel. You can see it on the website. I don't have one here, but the Tara was the smaller version of the One. This particular piece is made out of an Italian nuvolato patent leather. Nuvolato means cloudy in Italian. And the way that they applied the color was all done by hand. Everything was hand stamped, so the leather is a modeled leather, meaning there are some darker areas and some lighter areas. The difference with the Tara, beyond size, is that all my clients asked, could I wear this as a crossbody? And so I decided to put 2 little D-rings, one on each side of the bag. Something just fell. 2 little D-rings, so you can attach a crossbody strap of your choice and wear it as a crossbody.
That is so cool. And it's such a cool color. I just love that, Angela. And the versatility of your bags, it's like remarkable. It feels like you'd be changing a bag and really you're just changing the way you wear it. I think that's genius. Can you still get your work in time for Valentine's Day?
Yes. All the pieces here are in stock. Everything that you see online is in stock. And so that can be shipped out immediately the day after the order is received.
Good to know. And then there's also a couple of questions that came in about your belts. Can you tell us a little more about them and how somebody would size that?
Sure. These are the special belts for our men in the collection. They are 1¼ inch in width. They're all made out of solid piece of calf skin. This particular one is made out of water buffalo hide. So there is no stitching. This is one solid piece of leather, and all the buckles are brass. When you size a belt, what you want to do is take your pant size and add 2 inches. It's that simple. So if you wear a size 36-inch pant, add 2 inches. You would want to try on or purchase a size 38 belt. And that's how I do all my sizing on the belts, are by inches. And what that means is if you buy a size 38-inch belt, it means the center hole is 38 inches from the end of the buckle. So you would end on the center hole and the belt would be perfectly balanced. Something new that I'm getting into is trying to expand the men's collection and bringing in more wallets. I have a couple different wallets here. One is named after my friend Ken, because he made me make this one for him especially, where the credit cards fall on the sides. You have vertical lines for 3 pockets. So it's an actual 6-pocket wallet. The interior can carry your cash, and it's a vertical pocket, or it's a vertical wallet versus the horizontal ones that we have traditionally.
It's so elegantly made.
Thank you. Again, this too is a water buffalo hide. Most of my work is in calf skin, but when you deal with wallets, you deal with certain types of hides in order to get the detail. This is just a very simple credit card wallet, 4 pockets on either side. A little difficult to see. 4 pockets on either side, and then a compartment at the top for cash. And then finally, what I wanted to do is show you some new pieces that I'm beginning to work through. And this actually comes from a lot of the clients in New York. When I go to New York and I do shows out there, they teach me. As a California girl, we live a little differently. And everybody loves the Kendall. However, they all say, I will never buy a bag unless it has pockets. So I said, okay, let's just try it out. So here's basically the Kendall with 2 side pockets. And instead of stitching, I put in the metal studs, which for me, it calls back to my rock and roll days. I worked 10 years in the music industry. And so what can I say? I love rock and roll, and I love metallic studs. So we have this piece here, which is still a work in progress, in the black with the silver. And then when it comes in a pattern piece, such as this, the white snake, you will still have the pockets, but they'll be almost invisible with fewer studs. So just studs in the essential points to hold it in.
Thank you so much, Angela. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions at the after party. And again, you never cease to impress me. And let's move on to Griffith.
Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. My name's Griffith, and I create jewelry from trees that have been decimated by drought. I live in New Mexico, which is the most water-stressed state in the country. And I get most of my wood from friends who are removing dying trees from their properties. My work has been influenced by early African jewelry that was crafted in ivory, bone, and wood. And I've always enjoyed the gentle curves and the tactile quality of those natural materials. So today I'm excited to share some statement pieces as well as some everyday wear items from the collection. So let's get into it. I'll give you a quick overview of the table back here, and then we'll take a in-depth view on some individual pieces. These are some signature items. The coil structures remind me of springs. I had a slinky toy when I was a kid, and I've rebuilt a lot of coil spring automobile suspensions. I build these bracelets in 5 sizes, and with all these different wood tones, anyone can find something that works well with their coloring. These are pendant necklaces, and as you can see, they're available in a variety of options. I have Christine in the studio with me today, and she is wearing a pendant necklace in gray sycamore. I steam a flat piece of wood and bend it to create that curve. This is an 18-inch neck wire, no clasp, just slips over the head. Very easy to wear, practically weightless. Next, we're going to look at the cornucopia necklace. This is a rubber neck wire, magnetic clasp. I hand roll these beads with porcelain clay, and then they're glazed and fired in a kiln.
That has an incredible dimension to it. And I think I told you earlier, my favorite part is how the beads move, that you could fidget with what you're wearing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit of a kinetic piece. This last necklace is a prototype that I'm working on. Lately, I've been thinking about intersecting circles and the new shapes that are created by the intersections. That's rubber neck wire again. I also make earrings, and she's wearing a platelet design here. On the other side, this is the hoop earring. I build both of these earrings in a variety of wood and bead combinations. There's some platelet options. And then a little selection of the hoops. Okay, well, let's try on some bracelets and then we'll open it up to questions.
Sure, that would be great. In fact, you know, while you're trying on the bracelets, maybe we can address the first question that came in, which was that your bracelets on your website, somebody noticed, are available in 5 sizes. So as we try on, maybe you could tell us how you would choose your size too.
Yeah, well, that is a big issue. That comes up a lot. Because they're wood and they're not flexible, I do build a range in 5 sizes. And I've actually created a video to explain how to measure yourself. But essentially, you just wrap a flexible tape or a string around your wrist and then order based on the length measured. They come in 1/2-inch increments between 5.5 and 7.5 inches.
Griffith Evans Life Hack 101. That's so nice. You just measure with the string. I love that.
Yeah, there you go. This is an interesting piece. It's walnut wood, and this black exposed area here is actually the pith that runs up the center of the trunk to help transport the nutrients. Just love that detail there.
I do. I love natural imperfections like that. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. It makes it so much more beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think a lot about it, underlying structures, and support systems like 2x4 stud wall frames and typographic grids, bicycle frames and rib cages. And these thoughts have influenced my design processes for the bracelets.
That is fantastic.
Thank you. This one is called the pea pod cuff. That's apricot wood with painted glass beads.
That apricot is like that cognac color that Angela was looking at. It's beautiful. Maybe we can answer the next question while you're doing that, which has to do with color, because you have all these fabulous woods and then you have the fabulous colored beads. Can you mix and match if it's not on the website? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. I build most of these pieces in all different combinations. And that's one of the nice things about these live presentations is that I can bring a lot more options than I show on the website. But yeah, essentially almost any of these designs can be built with any combination of wood and bead. Don't hesitate to ask if you don't see what you like.
That's what I was going to say. What does somebody do if they don't see the combo they like right there on the website? What's the best way to ask you?
You can message me right in the website. I'm also on Instagram several times a week.
Perfect. I know I love the bracelet, the cornucopia bracelet. Can we see that too? I know.
Sure, of course. I guess we'll let Christine model this one. And again, these are hand-built porcelain beads. That's one continuous strip of walnut wood that I steam and bend around a form to create that cornucopia.
That is fantastic, Griffith. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure we're going to get back to you again later. And for now, we are going to turn it over to Valerie. Valerie, you just have to unmute.
Okay, I unmuted.
I
am
took
Valerie.
over by showing off my necklace, but I'd rather hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you, Karla. It's great to be here. This is my second official art party. My first one was just a couple of hours ago. I'm delighted to be here. I feel such a welcoming spirit from everyone. And I'm grateful that I see familiar faces in the audience and new faces too. So I am in Evanston, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago. We're having a snowstorm, we're having a blizzard, and so nobody will be probably going anywhere tomorrow, which is fine because I would love to spend the entire day and part of the evening in my studio. I work in my home, and I love not having a commute, but that does sometimes, you know, end up in my working overtime. But I'm an artist, I don't mind. So I'm going to tell you a little bit, just a general timeline. When I first started to open my studio in 1988, in a loft in Chicago that had 4-inch long cockroaches, sorry, I was working with tiny beads and metal. And I'll give you an example of the kind of tiny beads I was working with. So these are Japanese glass beads that I would stitch together using African beading techniques. And that kept me interested and motivated and inspired for many years. But at a certain point, I felt like, you know, that there's just got to be more, that I need more. And it so happens that I found more. I went to China in the year 2000 and found these amazing beaded structures hanging from the ceiling of a shop in Hong Kong. And I made the owner sell me a few for 50 cents each, brought them home, reverse engineered them, and then started doing experiments. So I will show you. This is one of the pieces I made as a result. You see these large geometric structures made out of beads. Wait, I better come back a little bit so you can see. And I'll scan a little so you can see. The bright beads are sterling. The orange beads are synthetic resin from Japan a long time ago. And the green are Czech glass. This is an old Chinese cinnabar bead. So I realized that I was a frustrated sculptor. When I discovered these larger forms, that's all I really wanted to make. And I know that you know, a necklace like this is not necessarily wearable every day, but it is wearable on special occasions. So I make many pieces that are wearable every day. So let's see, well, not that one. I'll show you this one. I love long rope necklaces. And here's one. I think it's about 40 inches long. It's made of Czech glass beads stitched together one by one. And it has a magnetic clasp made of sterling that I make myself. And I love being able to make my own clasps because I can I can engineer the aesthetic of the piece of beadwork to the functional part, the clasp. And this is wonderful, these long ropes, because you can wear them long or you can wear them shorter. And I've recently gone back to the rope format and I've started making more ropes. I have some beautiful red ones about to go on the website for Valentine's Day. Yeah, a little late, but that's okay. And I am still inspired after all these years because I think there's no end to what I could still do by combining beads and metal. So last year I discovered a new vocabulary, I suppose, and I'll show you. I made a few pins in this series where I create a sterling silver framework, I solder it, and then I bead within the bounds of the framework. Here's the back of the piece. It's very tidy. And I got so excited when I discovered that I could do these new pieces. And I'm right now working on some earrings in this style and some pendants, smaller. I always tend to go a little bit large, but I can go smaller too. So these have got me very, very excited.
I
These new
love
pieces.
large, and I'm a small
Thank
person,
you.
but I think anybody can wear as big as they want, and I think those are incredible pieces.
Thank you.
I beg
Thank
to,
you,
I
Karla.
think you could wear that big one every day. I don't think it has to be a special occasion.
Thank you.
piece.
You know, there are people who feel that they can wear it every day, and there are some who do. And so,
Yep.
you know, it takes all different kinds of people.
And I
I'm
think mine's
grateful.
an original zigzag. Mine's an original rope piece.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember we traded many years ago, and I love your work. It's hanging downstairs in my living room. I
Thank
love what we traded for.
Now tell me, what are those drawers behind you?
Well,
What's all that color I'm looking at?
This is part of my glass bead collection, my seed bead collection. I do have other drawer units here, but this is probably the biggest. And I started collecting them many years ago. I'll show you. I have plenty of relatively modern European glass beads. These are about 1.5 to 2 millimeters in diameter each. But what I really love and what I was able to buy many, many years ago are these really old Czech glass beads, incredibly fine. And sometimes you even get the tag. I'll try to hold this up. There's a tiny tag. It says made in Czechoslovakia. And when you get the dash, supposedly that means they were made between the 2 world wars. I love these. I also
knowing that fact. That's incredible.
Isn't it incredible? And I lucked into some old French aluminum beads, faceted aluminum, lightweight so that they could be sewn onto dresses, you know, flappers dresses, and they weigh almost nothing. And they look so good, you know, used in certain contexts. So this is a wall. This is what I call my wall of beads.
That's
And
incredible. Now somebody
it's enough
asked,
for this lifetime.
somebody asked in the chat, how heavy are your big pieces?
Some are incredibly light. Something like this is, I don't know, I would not call this heavy, and I don't know many people who would. It's really, it looks heavy, but it isn't. This, you know, maybe this, I think this is heavy. And you could wear it 5-6 hours and then probably want to take it off. One side is green and the other side is blue, and the clasp is magnetic. I call that heavy. Something like this made out of wood beads, incredibly light, with a magnetic sterling silver clasp that I make myself. You won't even know you have this on. Here, I'll hold this up.
Yeah.
Incredibly lightweight. So all different weights.
The wood one, is that on your website?
I can't remember anymore, honestly. They come and they go, you know. I'm sorry, I just don't remember.
No problem. And if I were to get, if somebody was more maybe a little more conservative than I am, who would wear anything at any time, if I was going out to dinner, what would you suggest?
Well, I would suggest this one. You know, if you had a simple gray dress or a black dress or a white dress or pretty much almost any color of dress, you would put this on and be completely ready to go. You could even use this as the collar of the dress. And I think I have heard, and I know for a fact, that people will stop you and say, where did you get that? What is it? You know, and that makes me happy as an artist because I spend so many hours alone, not knowing if a piece is going to be good or not. And so I love hearing positive feedback like that. So I'd say go for red.
I must hear a ton, an absolute ton. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll get back to you as well. There's going to be some after party, and Kathleen, we're going to send it over to, my girl, who's also an Art Party Central founder.
Hey, welcome everybody. It is so nice to see you all. And, you know, I get super excited to come and be on Art Party Central. Every time I'm here, I am inspired by all of you. And I just want to say thank you to all the customers that come and the artists that come. It's such an incredible experience. For those of you that do not know me, I am a recycling fashion designer. And what that means is that I actually recycle post-consumer used clothing in the form of old cashmere sweaters to create my material, and then hand cut and collage into my work. My pieces, I like to refer to them as they're kind of like small paintings. When the material comes in, I wash and prepare it. The pieces behind me that you see here are all identified to be the quality that is good enough for the garment. So it is a wearable weight. And when I'm looking to create something, I don't actually use any dyes. I use the existing colors like paints, and it's all about juxtaposition of tone and texture. And it's really inspiring for me. I don't get to repeat things very often, except maybe a black and red hat. And that between my passion for sort of saving the environment, and making our planet a healthy place for all beings on the planet. The recycling really is my passion every day. The piece that I'm wearing today is the Veronica sweater. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like owning a cashmere and how the cashmere that we create here blocks to your body. It actually gets better with wear, and that goes for our hats as well. The wonderful thing about cashmere is it's breathable. It's very similar to your own hair. And the more you wear it, it really starts to form to you and work with you. So whether it's a hat, one of my one-of-a-kind sweaters, or our fun pair of mittens, they love being handled, and they love being they love forming to your body and to your habits in the case of the mittens. If you've never seen these mittens before, they have a little hidden pocket in here. When you want to use your fingers, or if you're active like me, I always need my fingers out. You can just keep them out here and push the thumb down. One secret I wanted to share with you tonight is the way I never lose my mittens, or I should say I do lose them, but I lose them on my wrist. And this is a really great tip, because that way you don't have to put them down. And whenever you have cashmere on your pulse points, whether it's your wrist or your neck, it actually stabilizes your body temperature. So they are just great in so many ways. I also want to let you know that these are perfect for this snowy, ridiculously cold weather that we're having right now. I always tell people, sleep in your hats, wear them in the house. Cashmere just loves to be worn. We can thank the goats that live in the high parts of the Himalayas for that. I thank them every day. I love animal products and honoring the animals that allow us to be so comfortable in their fur. And of course, it's done in a humane way by brushing. That's one of the reasons cashmere is so expensive, because it's very hard and difficult to harvest the fibers. I did some really fun neck scarves this week. I've been experimenting a little bit. I'm going to show you the traditional way that you wear one of my neck scarves. And again, this is one of those pieces that just by merely putting it on your neck like this, walking around the house, you are going to feel so much better if it's drafty out, whatever situation that you have. I wanted this to be a really versatile piece. And this series, I put a little decoration at what would be the crown or the center of your neck, depending on how you wear it. And you can just really have fun with this work. Wear it on your neck, wear it on your hair. I also did a lightweight cuff, because my mittens are actually felted cashmere, as are the hats that you see here. So they're a little bit thicker. I wanted to have some cashmere that was good for moderate climates. And it still works exactly the same way. As soon as I put these on my hands, I start to get warm. So that is what is being worked on in the studio right now. These are not online. If you watch my lives on Wednesday, you will get to see what I'm working on. In fact, Wednesday, I showed these at the sewing machine. Tonight, I get to show them to you. There is one other style I did. I did this style with the little color tips at the end. And if you're thinking about Valentine's, there is nothing like cashmere to resemble that long distance hug. So it's a great gift to get because it's soft, it's warm, it's snuggly, and it's the next best thing to being there in person. So if anybody has questions about that.
Kathleen, we do have questions. There's one in the chat right now. Somebody wants to see the pink hat with the gray and the purple trim.
Oh,
I
this
think
one.
that's the beret. Yep.
This is the beret style, one of my newer pieces, and it's just so versatile. It can be worn many ways. You can wear it in the back, you can put it on the front, very French. That's half the fun.
It's super cute. And can you tell me, because this is one of the things that makes me love you even more than I do. How did you become a zero waste studio?
Okay, well, people ask me why I don't do other things in the summer, and the reason is I'm dedicated to recycling the material that I bring in the studio, which is cashmere, and that means that I'm following this material to the point of that I hand select and harvest it to the end scraps that are coming off my tables as I work the patterns. So every little scrap here is identified and categorized, and I, for years, have been taking the small pieces and creating things like this. But this year we have something really exciting going on. I was able to invest in a felting machine, which is going to allow me to take the tiniest little bits and create fabric. So we will actually be completely zero waste. And you're going to get to see that through Art Party as I start experimenting with that material and creating new things. So
I bet you have a whole list for what you're going to make from that, and I can't wait to see. And one of the other things, Kathleen, I know I can attest to, you're doing these personal Zoom meetings. And what I think would happen when somebody meets with you is you get a sense of who they are and can make these fabulous suggestions. Because Kathleen knows me, I had her send me a skirt just based on what color she thinks I am. And I don't know if you could see, but she picked perfectly. I had no idea what I was getting, and now I have my favorite skirt. So I think Kathleen is like this great person to work with because she's so intuitive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. And we are going to turn it over to Francesca.
Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to Rochester, New York. I'm Francesca Vitali. Just a little quick background about me. I'm Italian, live here for now, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. Used to be a chemist. I have a PhD in chemistry from University of Zurich in Switzerland. And actually, I'm saying this because on each of the jewelry artists before me, I could see some kind of a chemistry connection. Valerie has some kind of a DNA strand, and in the lab, the last work I've done in the lab was making circular molecules. So like Meghan, the circles, and Griffith with all the spirals, kind of sound like protein structure. Anyway, it kind of remind me all of this while I was listening to you. I don't know, my mind shift to chemistry. I don't know why. Except for chemistry, I'm a paper jewelry artist. So when I moved here, I switched my careers, and now what I do for living is cut paper in strips, hand cut it, and then wove it into 3-dimensional structure and make it into art jewelry pieces, and which are lightweight because of the paper. And I used to do work a lot with black, white, and red, which is my signature color scheme. But in the past year, pretty much, I added a little bit more color. And in all my work, I try always to push a little bit the boundary of my technique, which is actually, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in one of the art party. This is a very simple technique that I'm pretty sure everybody of you have done, and you can tell me in the chat if you haven't. Have you ever done in camp the some people call it boondoggle, I guess. In Italy, it's called Scooby-Doo.
I think lanyard is what we call it.
Is another way. It's funny when I start doing shows, and I was telling people this. I have heard so many different ways of calling this technique, but that's pretty much what it is. What is my contribution to this was switching from the plastic to paper. And then of course I develop different structures and shapes, and I keep trying to push the boundary of those three-dimensional sculpture. Yes, the feeling. For today, I wanted to show you a new collection that I just posted today. And actually my hands are really shaky because I was weaving until 5 this morning. So I'll show you things up and close, but don't get scared if I get really shaky. That's what happens. I weave for many hours in a row. So for this, the inspiration for this collection was a visit to a local art store here in Rochester, where I went to buy paint, and I ended up buying a lot of Italian paper. I mean, it's funny because I ended up buying Italian paper, and it's, yeah, anyway. So the Italian paper that I got is this one, and then three different colors scheme. The green with the green kind of emerald dark green, and then the light color, and the yellow and the gold, and then the blue and the purple. So this was kind of the idea behind, so what sparkled the whole idea for this collection. And here you can see the earrings. This is with the purple, and the sides are with the solid color. Actually the color, I want to tell you also about the solid color. So the solid color comes from a mill, which is a company that is here in New York State. And also it's an amazing company with different color scheme. And so every time I go there on their website and order paper, there is amazing. Just for me, when you go to I don't know, whatever store for you is the best, but for me it's paper, and shopping for paper is amazing. Anyway, sorry, I tend to chat a lot and get off track. So these are the earrings, same as Karla is wearing, and she's wearing actually the other way. So you can wear, most of my pieces can be worn in different ways. And so
Well, now I'm wearing one of each.
yeah, I love this split screen. So the trick for wearing it like Karla was wearing it before is put the back up to the end, or you can wear it on like this. So, and this one is the blue. And I have also the green, and as you can see here is the jewel tone, and on the other side you have the pastel tone. For that same collection, then once I kind of figured out and narrowed down the colors that I wanted to work with, then I started working with earrings, also with just 2 color tone. And this is kind of a fun thing. So see, it's shaped in half. So these are called mezzo because they are, in Italian means half, and they are half one color and half the other. And for this one, you can also play around with the colors and how you wanna wear them. And the same goes for the necklace. This one is the dusty rose and the purple. And again, for this necklace, you can wear it in so many different ways. I also wanted to
Now,
share.
somebody asked that they saw you on Instagram, and they saw something on Instagram that wasn't necessarily on the website. How would somebody go about getting that?
Just email me, and I actually, it's interesting because I got an email just from somebody from the previous party, because she saw something on the website, and we are going to arrange a Zoom meeting and then go from there. But I also can send pictures and of the paper. I have many different colors.
That was my next question. Do you also do the personal Zoom meetings where you kind of try things on and
Yeah, absolutely.
tell you what they're trying to match or what the mood they're trying to convey?
Yeah, and then show you different size. Oh, now that I see myself on the Zoom meeting, I want to show you these ones. These are Valentine's little brooches for. So actually they are coming. This is a prototype. I want to actually do a red and a pink. So these are going to be my Valentine's brooches, and are unisex. So this can be women or men. And
I could so easily see that being unisex.
Yeah, that's the XO.
Now we only have about a minute, and there's two things I want to ask you about. I want to see those bracelets.
Yes.
And yeah, let's do that.
Yes. So they come from a very simple idea of a square. They are super easy to wear because of the diagonal. That's where I have big hands. And so the largest size, sorry, my kids are playing outside. If you hear some screaming kids, they're not.
It's great.
And so you go in from the diagonal and then they're really comfortable. They're really nice, just one, but then you can also mix and match. I like to wear them all actually. So let me do that.
There's that noise.
Now, of course, I put them all together. Okay.
I love how they can be standalone or work as a group,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like the clattering, which is so much fun.
I love those, and I love the idea. It's actually an idea that I started working a year ago or something, and then I put it aside and got it back when I got this paper, and I was like, oh, this will really work with this kind of design. So
Oh, thank you
so much.
so much. We will visit with you again for sure at the after party, but this brings us to the end of the artist presentations. I just would like to thank everybody again for being here. I know this comes from myself as a founder of Art Party Central, which I'm so proud of, as your host, as all the founding members, and as the artists that presented today. I know we are all grateful to have you here, as we are at Art Party Central, to have our artisans, our collaborating artisans. You are all such great presenters, and we couldn't be more grateful. Before we draw the 6 raffle prizes, I just want to let you know again how much I appreciate, and we at Art Party Central appreciate you for being here. You are the reason and the inspiration for us making our work in the first place. You fuel us forwards during these difficult times. Being here with everybody has been, you have no idea of the gift you've given all of us artisans to have us find reasons and happiness and joy in creating. You fill us up. And we can't wait to continue to grow this platform. If you loved what you saw today, the best thing you can do is there's twofold. One, for the artists, please follow them on any of your social media, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook. When you get their newsletters, enjoy them. And then the other way is tell your friends. The more the merrier. We would love to grow our audience here for of art appreciators. So thank you so much. And then we are going to celebrate next with our $50 raffle winners. So everybody unmute yourselves, be prepared to give a little shout out and a little cheer to our winners. So excited to see who wins everything today. I am going to just switch to gallery view so I can see everybody, because that makes me happy. So for our first winner for MPR, we have Jan Snyder.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You had that at the ready.
Ready, yay.
This is what we want. We get happy. And for our second winner, we have Bottega Flaviani. We have Judy Yard.
Yay.
For our third winner, for Griffith Evans, we have Ruth Halprin. Next, we have for Valerie Hector, Debbie Lesson.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Woo!
Yay, Debbie.
Wait, Valerie, are you Bev's friend?
Wait, am I whose friend?
Are you Bev Zadikoff's friend?
Oh, yes, I am.
Bev.
Yes,
Yeah, I've met you a million times. I just direct messaged you.
So cute.
Thank you.
All
Good to
connected.
see you here.
I love it. And for Ekologic,
That's wild.
we have Jana Notik.
Oh, wonderful. Beautiful work.
For Francesca Vitali, we have Donna Kramer.
Whoa.
And the host, and this is so important because the host can screw up, and I should have said this before we started. If you were a winner, please put your email into the chat so it makes it easier for us to email you your winning coupon. So Jan Snyder, Judy Yard, Ruth Halperin, Debbie Lesson, Jana Notick, and Donna Kramer. If you don't mind, we would love if you would please.
Does that time with Meghan work for you?
Into the chat or email admin, who will also collect it there if you'd like to do that privately. So congratulations to all of our winners. And because we want all of you to feel like a winner just for showing up today, we have a coupon that's good for 10% off on all 6 artisans' website and my website as your host. And that and my website, I believe, will go up in the chat too. And this coupon is good for today through February 5th. So head on over to the websites, treat yourself to some retail therapy. We all do not treat ourselves enough, and we all need it now. So treat yourselves, treat your loved one, get a Valentine's Day gift, and find yourself with this coupon, which is Art Party 130. You will get that in a follow-up email. So if you don't have pen and paper to write it down, you are fine. But if you'd like it again, it is Art Party 130. It's in the chat, and you'll get a follow-up email. So once again, I want to thank you all so much for coming today. I want to give a shout out to my amazing co-host, Laura Candell, who please follow at the great, amazing Instagram blog, Modern Handmade Designs. You may not have seen her, but she was behind the scenes making it all happen. And it is such a multitasking thing to get all those websites and all those links into the chat that I beg away from that because it fries my brain. So Laura, it was an amazing job, and I'm so lucky to have you. We have 2 days of parties next week on Tuesday and on Saturday that we hope to see you all returning to. And the artisans that will be featured during those 2 days are, I'm going to read now because I will not remember this. Fratelli and Lockwood, Ayala Naftali Jewelry, Christine Evans, El Fabrica, Merzada Jewelry, Crystal Codata, Nature versus Future, Ekologic again, clothing and accessories, yay, Amy Canarak Design, Elements, Jill Schwartz, Pashfelt, and myself, Karla Gudeon, Art and Design. You can RSVP at artpartycentral.org. You can join our VIP program and have links and discounts automatically sent to you. And I think I can speak for everyone here by saying you rock. We miss seeing you in person, but this is definitely the next best thing and helping us all to feel connected. We know you're busy and we respect your time and are so grateful to you being there. So if you have to go, please feel free to do so. If you'd like to stay for the after party, unmute yourselves and let's chat. I will point out though that from the point where we're all unmuting ourselves, we can hear everything. So if you're having a side conversation or your TV, you might want to mute yourself again, but you can take care of that. But we are so happy to have you participating. We're staying on for extra questions. Please just shout them right out. Or June, I see June's hand up. Let's go for June.
Can we see one of Valerie Hector's pieces that are more like a pendant or the simpler pieces that she has on the back?
Sure. Yep. So these are what I call my elements. I'll hold it up a little bit more close to the camera here. This has 4 elements on it, and I have a lot of fun designing these, and so do you guys. You guys definitely come up with some very good designs. This has a tiny sterling tumbleweed, which I make myself. I make all these myself. And this guy, I think, is 75. We have a big red, delicious wood bead that I dye myself. I think that guy's 45. And this is a 5-ring spiral that I bead with Czech glass beads on the outside and sterling silver beads on the inside, because I just have to do a little more, right? And this is a glass bead stitched into a cube. And I think those run 65, 75, something like that. Now I have designed very simple neck wires where I don't make these clasps, but I buy them and I attach them to nylon coated steel cable, and they go together so easily. And they make life a lot better. You don't need a valet, and if you don't have a husband, as I don't, it just makes life much better. So that's one example. I encourage you guys to choose your own and mix and match them. Come up with your designs. I always love your designs. In all these years I've been making these, we've only had one real bad design that it couldn't be helped, but it made the lady happy, you know?
There is one question that actually came in from last party and is now, she's back and she wants to know again because we didn't get to it. It's for Ro, that bracelet that you have on. Can you show us the bracelet?
This one?
Yes, and how it is.
Okay,
it
so these are individual glass bead elements separated by oxidized sterling silver
There
beads.
you go. Hold it still right there. Oh, there you go. Closer together.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Good. Okay. All right. And they're on elastic, so that makes them stretchy. You know, over the years, I've made all kinds of bracelets with fancy clasps, but these are just for every day. You put them on, you know, ideally in ones or twos anyway, probably not more than that. And they're just easy to wear and fun, you know,
Perfect.
and light.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I do have a list of questions from the chat that I've been holding on to during the party. So I'm going to say, does anybody have any questions before I get into the list? If so, shout them out.
Valerie, do you have handy the red ropes that you were talking about that are not yet up on the website?
No, I don't. They're across the room, and I'm so excited. You mean the new ones for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to add to my collection, so.
Oh, great. I think you'll be as happy maybe as I am. Is this Judy talking or is this Sarah?
Harriet Wallen.
Harriet.
Oh, Harriet. Hi, Harriet. Thank you for coming.
Harriet, you know what? Why don't you, Harriet, put your email in the chat to Valerie and she could take up and make a session with you because I think that would be great.
I will put them on Instagram in the next few days. I will start putting them on. There's going to be more than one.
My son and daughter-in-law love your little piece of art that I sent them.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that's great. Love that. Okay, Laura, you had another question that came in?
I do. Angela, somebody was asking to see the purple bag in the back.
So this bag here is a Tribeca. The Tribeca in the back. I don't have the wristlet on it, but it's made out of a violet colored calf skin. And then again, the wristlet with the crossbody strap.
Perfect.
Love that.
Such a great color. Oh my goodness.
Yes, beautiful, very vibrant.
And just a quick answer, but if somebody wants that bag in another color, they can work with you?
Yes, yes, I do custom work. So if they see another color or another material, so long as I have it and it's the appropriate leather for the bag and for the construction, I'm happy to do custom work for people. And we can either discuss over email or do a Zoom appointment as well to go through details.
Fabulous. Laura, you had another one?
I do. Let me just, yes. I'm sorry. I'm working on a tablet and I'm trying to get from page to page. Griffith, somebody was asking what type of stone is the teal stone?
Yeah, that's actually, it's a glass bead.
Oh, well, there you go.
And this is a Czech product as well. It's glass and it's been painted.
And does that spin also?
It does. These I construct these with little steel pins that go through the beads and then they're secured into the wood. So yeah, the beads can spin on the, inside the frame.
Awesome. I love this has been like a night of fidget jewelry and it's really pretty great.
We must be all on the same wavelength. With that.
Great. The beads and it's so funny. And then there was one other question for you, Griffith, which was, can you do the earrings with wires instead of studs?
I do have some wire earrings. Nothing with me right at the moment, but I do plan to bring those to future art parties.
Okay, and they can contact you and go over.
Absolutely, we could do it that way, and I can show you what I have.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Any other
Anybody-
questions?
Before I keep going, does anybody else have other questions? Because I do have some more on here.
Okay, you go, Laura.
All right. Megan,
Yes.
somebody was asking to see some, do you have your long earrings? easily?
Yes, I do. I brought some new pairs actually because I just found some and we're just debuting them. They just went up on the website.
Perfect.
These really extreme long earrings.
Ah,
So
They're
much.
super fun. they're just effervescent and light and feel like a party all by themselves. Paula was modeling on one of the amazing colorful long pairs I designed for her.
Oh,
You can see this is like, I would wear this for me because I have long hair. I would wear these by themselves and then maybe wear extreme rings and bracelets.
Mine are that length, right?
Oh yeah, these are exactly yours, but then I made them in my color. I made you rose gold with gunmetal
Because
for
it shows with
me.
my hair and goes with my rose gold high top sneakers.
Yes, and you're a rose gold girl. Yeah, Paula, thank you. Paula is modeling a beautiful pair that are really like
here we go. We're
colorful.
Oh,
That's June.
Oh, look at this.
June is modeling a beautiful
Oh,
Ekologic
you said Paula.
sweater.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And a beautiful shape necklace right there. Look at that.
Swap over.
I love the NPR with Ekologic. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. And the hot
I
pink
need
is
those
Let's
long
find Paula now.
Need those long earrings.
Where are you,
we're
Paula?
working on
There
it.
you
We're
are.
working on your pair.
There we go.
Yes,
Ooh.
Paula.
Excellent.
Oh,
You don't even need
right?
a necklace with the long earrings.
Nice.
So good.
Ah,
Those and
Those
hers are
neat.
Paula. Yours are like asymmetrical. So
Yeah.
you have two different like line drawings with little amethysts and citrines mixed in. And then I made like kind of like this is almost more simple. I'm laughing because it's not
NPR's version of simple.
Nothing she does is simple. It's so funny.
I
Those are
have an
beautiful.
assistant that works with me, and she was like, she's lovely. She's been with me for many years. She was Tory Burch's pattern maker many years ago, and I love her. And she was like, you make it look so simple, and then when we get into it and start making it, it is not simple.
No. But that
And I was
means
like,
it's good design.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. We want everything to
Thank you.
move beautifully.
Yes.
Those earrings looked beautiful on you, Paula, also.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Move lightly, and you can't even tell you're wearing them. They're so light.
Just lovely.
So I have a question for Kathleen and then a question for Francesca. Kathleen, this is the first time I've heard this question. Do the hats come in kid sizes?
Actually, you can special request kid sizes. I will have to make them specially for you, but I just unearthed kid patterns that I had done a while ago, so I have it accessible. I think I have the onion and the beehive, and I need to do it anyway, so absolutely.
I was not expecting a yes to that question, so I'm so happy that it was a yes.
I'm excited too because it's so cute.
Yeah. Well, you know, the whole family should be able to wear Ekologic. That's my opinion. I even do Ekologic baby hats that I had done for one of the very first green fashion magazines called Organic Style magazine. And I still have some. So when people in my community have babies, they come to me for those sweet little cashmere hats. So now you guys, the secret is out. You can come to me too.
I have to say, I'm going to say that there is something so much fun. It's beautiful, your work. You're doing something great because of the zero waste. It has this, I don't mean to say it doesn't have a sophistication, but there is something so fun and flirty about your stuff that it just, you can't put it on and not smile. Wasn't sure I could pull off the skirt. I am feeling like Miss Flirt and Miss Thing today in your skirt. And there is something like childlike celebratory that it makes you feel. So it's only fitting you do it for the kid. And June, that pink, oh my God.
Oh my God, that thing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Karla.
Thank you, Kathleen. And then the last question I have is for Francesca, which I just lost on my page. Bear with me. Oh, two people were asking about the rosette pin brooch.
Yes, I actually was, I saw it, so I put one on. This is the black and white. This is kind of my favorite because there's a lot of spiral and optical illusion. But then this one here is also very interesting because as a map. So I don't know if I mentioned that I work with a lot of recycled paper as well as recycling. Sorry, in my mind, I have all this conversation with Kathleen and recycling. And so this is a map and that I found on an estate sale here in Rochester from a trip that somebody was taking from Rochester to Richmond, and I made a whole series of brooches. So yeah, so this.
And it is the year of the brooch.
Exactly. That's yes.
So I'm gonna.
I want to see the yellow brooch.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna interrupt. You almost made me cry with
because I didn't get to
yellow piece. Yeah, please.
Let me show you this one because this was what I was weaving at 5.
You have the paper?
Yes. So, did you see Amanda Gorman performing on the stage of the inauguration on a yellow coat with the red Prada headband? So this is my version of her, and it's made with a poem. So the moment do I have 1 second because I have to say something that I didn't say before. So poem. So being Italian and being Italian, my first language, I didn't really understand poems in English until the January 21st when somebody said, so the presenter said, oh, so she's going to say a poem. I was like, oh my gosh, another poem. To me, poem and English in the English language don't go together. And then she starts speaking, and I was like. And I started crying. She was amazing. So I had to take those words, print it out, and make this. So that's what I was doing last night at 5.
I have to say, now you did it. Now you really did make me cry because that was so beautiful. And knowing you made that is so beautiful. And I hope you want more artwork because I have to have that pin.
It was just incredible. I mean, the experience was incredible. I mean, and I had to rewatch it. I don't know how many times. It was, and so that's why I needed to make something out of those words, and I wanted to make something very simple and linear because it's all about the words. It's not about.
Francesca, I need to teach you a word. There's a word in Yiddish called verklempt, verklempt, verklempt.
Put it on the chat because you know that I'm dyslexic.
It means emotional, like you brought me to tears. You made me all verklempt.
That's, yeah. Thanks.
There we go. In exchange, 3 languages going on.
Okay. Verklempt.
Verklempt. Yes, perfect. Sean.
Share these.
So neat.
That's all the questions that I have. If anybody else has other questions, you're welcome to shout them out.
And if not, we're going to just thank everybody for coming and hope we see you next week and time again at more art parties. Because as you could see, they're really an opportunity for genuine things and emotions to happen and a beautiful place to hang out together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Karla. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Bye. See you again. Bye.